Hello guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm gonna teach you the most important things about sound design so that you can go make any sound you want. I'm gonna talk about how I approach making any kind of sound. Spoiler alert, the most important thing is just to have fun and play around. And most importantly, so that you can make your own epic sound banks for Serum, Silent, Vital, whatever. Or if you don't want to make your own sound banks and you just want some nice sounds, go check out my website. I have a sound banks for Serum and Silent. Thank you for all your support. Let's get right into it. Fantastic. So for this video, I'm primarily going to be using Serum. It's definitely my preferred synth of choice. I want to start using Vital more, but since I'm just so familiar with the interface of Serum, it's just so much easier. I'll leave a link down in the description if you want to go get Serum yourself, if you don't already have it for some reason. In my opinion, this is kind of like a must-have synth. Not sponsored or anything, but it is an affiliate link. So if you end up getting it through the link in the description, that really helps me out. So thank you. All right, so starting off, what kinds of sounds would you usually want to make? If we take my Serum bank, for example, I have basses, chords, 2 effects for some reason, like just random stuff, a bunch of leads, pads, and plucks. I feel like these are the most similar kind of sounds that you would want to create. So let's just create one of each. That feels like a good game plan. So let's start off by making a basic bass sound. There are many types of bass sounds. Obviously, you have sub basses. You have things like a Reese bass or a Moody Slidey bass. And then you have your more textured basses, like your mid basses and stuff like that. But let's just start off by making like a basic, versatile kind of, bass sound that you can use for a bunch of different genres. When you open up Serum, you have this init sound. It's the same in Vital and Silent, etc. So this is what an init sound sounds like in Serum. You just click menu and then init preset. Nice. So if you're completely new to sound design, I'll just go over these different kind of menus or whatever. If you already know how Serum works and you're a bit familiar with it, you can go ahead and skip ahead to this time. If you just want to see me make some sounds and learn something yourself, then you can skip ahead. So over here, oscillator A, over here, oscillator B. So this is the default wave, it's just a saw wave. You can change that. And here in basic shapes, for example, this is a complete wavetable. So if I click here, you can see all the different waves that this has in its wavetable. So you can change wavetable position. And get all of these different wave shapes. For now, we're just going to stick to this default saw wave. Then you have your unison, aka how many voices of the same sound you want to play. And then you have your detune. Your blend between the detune and the non-detuned sound. Phase and rand, you don't really have to care about that for now. And then obviously we have the pan and the level. We don't have to get into this knob too much right now, but just to show you a simple example, if I enable oscillator B, which is exactly the same as oscillator A, and I just pick this one, whatever. I take the level all the way down, and then I click here, choose FM from B. You're already creating some pretty cool sounds, so you can mess around with a bunch of these and just kind of see what happens. But you don't really have to worry about that for now. We also have a filter. And here you can select what outputs you want the filter to affect, pretty much. So if you want the filter to apply to the oscillator B as well, for example, you have to check B. This is for noise, which is over here. You can select just white noise or whatever. And this one is for the sub, which you have right here. I don't tend to use the sub that much though. Finally, down here, you have the envelopes. You have 3 different envelopes and 4 different LFOs. Basically, what these can do is control any knob in Serum whatsoever. So if I wanted this LFO to control the filter, for example, I could just drag it onto the filter like so. Control the rate. You can do the same things for the envelopes. You can route it to anywhere, shape the envelope the way you want it. Envelope 1 is what shapes the whole output of your sound. So if I wanted to make a pad, for example, I could shape it maybe Something like this. And in most synths, all of these things work pretty much the same. So next to the oscillator tab, we have all the effects that you can apply. You have a hyper dimension thing, distortion, a bunch of different types, flanger, phaser, chorus, delay, compressor, reverb, EQ, filter. You get the idea. Now that you have a simple overview of what all the basic stuff does in Serum, we can just go ahead and make some sounds. Starting off with the init preset, let's make some kind of simple bass. We're gonna start off by lowering it 2 octaves. We want to create some more voices. Decrease the detune a little bit. We can also add a little bit of noise. Analog bright white is very common. It's just a normal white noise. We're going to enable the filter and enable the noise as well, so that the cutoff is applied to the noise as well. We're gonna change the filter to a normal MG low 24. This just makes it like a sharper curve pretty much. Can increase the resonance a little bit. Add a little bit of drive. So already here you could just apply like tiny bit of distortion, a little bit of multi-band compression, and some reverb maybe. Increase the attack a little bit and the release, and you would have yourself kind of like a break bass, moody slidey bass, whatever. Mess around with the filter. You can even apply an LFO to the cutoff here. Change this a little bit. Have it move a little bit. That's a pretty solid, versatile bass that you can use in your breaks, and I don't know, be creative, do whatever you want with this. I'm gonna save all these presets and put them in the description if you want to get them. And like I said, my full sound bank is also available on my website. Let's call this one Moody Slidey Bass. Now from here, once you have, you know, some effects applied, you have a filter and whatnot, you can just change the waveform and see what happens. You're going to something a bit more crazy. Yeah, why not? Obviously, I'm not like paying tons of attention to the actual sound, but just to kind of show you like the way you can go about it. You can even like raise this a couple octaves. And there you have your like a little flute kind of thing, flute-ish. I don't know. Just changing the octaves of something or the wavetable of a sound that you already have and then tweaking it a little bit from there, that can go a long way. All right, so let's go back to the init preset. And let's make something more like a drop bass or something. You can do the same thing, go down 2 octaves, give it a little bit of unison. Enable a filter, go MG low 24. Let's enable a noise again and pick the ARP white. And let's make sure that the noise oscillator is selected on the filter as well. The reason why I'm adding noise is because we're going to be automating the noise and the cutoff, as well as the pitch of the whole sound, like really, really quickly in the beginning of the sound. That's how you get like a harder attack on the sound. Because right now, there's no like punch in the beginning. It's just starting to play. We want it to kind of hit a little bit at the start. So you could change just the whole envelope of the entire sound. Drag down the sustain, the decay. That's an okay sound to use as a layer for something, but I'm gonna keep this the way it is. Instead, we're gonna go to envelope 2. Gonna do that for this one, so take down the sustain all the way and the decay a little bit as well. And now I'm gonna click and hold envelope 2, so I have it right here. Drag, drop it on the cutoff. See how that works with like this outer blue thing? Now it's to the left side, so it's gonna start like from here and go up to here. But I want it to go like this. From there maybe. You can do the same thing for the noise. Like a square wave is also pretty cool to use for a bass like this. But yeah, let's just use this one. Now, another important thing. Go to envelope 3, sustain all the way down, decay very, very short. You can click here and drag to zoom in. You want it to be very short. And we're actually going to... I have a hole in my sock. It's very annoying. And we're actually going to go into the matrix here now. Don't be scared, guys. This is very, very simple. Here you just get an overview of all the things that you have done so far, pretty much. Here, for example, you can see that I have envelope 2 routed to the filter cutoff and the noise level. So if I change this, it changes here as well. Now, what we want to do is go here, click envelope 3, this one that we just made, the really short one. We're gonna go here, global, master tune. Now, when I drag this slider up, see if you can hear what happens. Can you hear that like click at the beginning? So this is basically taking the master tune of the whole sound, and it's starting off really high and then going back to the middle where it's supposed to be, to its normal octave or whatever. So we can change the decay if we want, like a... So that way you get like a really lasery kind of sound. Think of the envelopes and the LFOs as automation clips in the playlist. This would be the exact same thing as if I just did this. Like super quickly bringing the pitch from really high to very low here in the beginning. That would be the exact same thing as what we just did here with envelope 3 and the master tune. So this is a cool sound and all, but let's introduce a little bit more harmonics into it. Gonna enable the oscillator B, disable oscillator A for now, enable B in the filter tab as well. Let's find a weird sound. This one's not too bad actually. Let's enable oscillator A again. It works like that. That's a cool layer. Like you could mess around. You could literally just sit here and play around with a bunch of different wavetables. So this sounds pretty good already. But what you can do to create like a more interesting sound, I would say, go to this knob on the A oscillator and choose FM from B. So now we're getting some more interesting sounds from this. Anyway, let's add some effects, shall we? Distortion, tube distortion, fantastic. Tons of different types of distortion. Just go with tube distortion for now. I can't talk. You could go ahead and add a compressor. You might want to add an EQ as well. Just remove the worst low end. Something like that. So you can definitely like hear that attacky characteristics of this bass. Like it has that in the beginning. All right, so let's save this one as well. We can even go ahead and change these wavetables now if we want to see if we can find something else. So now by just changing the wavetables, kept everything pretty much the same. So you get a completely different kind of sound. You can even go down to the voicing settings down here. Do like So yeah, let's save that one as well. What other kind of sounds are there? This is the way. This is the Alright, let's create some kind of simple chords. We have the init preset. Let's just keep these for now. If you wanted to make really like Martin Garrix chords, just take the D tune down and then you have... Put a compressor on that, an EQ. Totally works as a chord sound. Let's save that one as well. Let's put some reverb on there for good measure. Go over 50% mix so that you take out the dry signal as well. Low end EQ, make a slower attack, and maybe change this to, I don't know. Pad 1, easy peasy. Let's go pad 2. See how easy it is once you have like some basic stuff in here? What were we even supposed to do? Right, chords. Because these are some like sustained chords. What if you wanted to make something that's a bit more plucky, like a plucky chord? So we're just gonna do it the same way we did with the bass. Enable the filter. I like to go MG low 24. And then you can go to envelope 2, shape it kind of like this, drag it over. Nice basic kind of plucky chord. And again, you can just like change the wavetable and see if you can find something. This channel isn't really about doing tutorials like this, really. So many of you have been asking for it, and I just wanted to show you my thought process behind making a sound and how I go about it, because there are so many different ways you can think about making a sound. Like I always just go on feel, try different stuff, like just go into Serum, load some cool wavetables and mess around with some knobs and just see what happens. So if you don't already have Serum and you've considered getting it, I do recommend checking it out. Affiliate link in the description, as you know, very much appreciated. If you've been planning on getting it anyway, of course. So even though this wasn't like a straight up tutorial step-by-step kind of video, I still hope you learned something from watching me do my thing and like talking about my process. I'll put these presets down in the description if you want them for some reason. If you want some really nice presets, you can go check out my Serum or Silent bank, or any of my sample packs, guitar packs. I am ever so grateful for your support. I might stream tonight, by the way. So go follow me on Twitch. Wishing you the best weekend of your lives. Subscribe if you like this video as well. Anyways, have a nice weekend, you guys. Bye bye.